Whoa, alright, this is working. Hello? Let me just sit down. Oh. So, what's brewing? This is going to be the first episode of... I don't really know what yet. At the moment in my journal I've just written it down as Wednesday Waffle. But basically it's just going to be a series where I speak about my life, speak about what I want to do, and really it's just going to be sort of me just publicly speaking about stuff. It's going to be a one-take video. It's going to be raw. There'll be a couple of edits, but in reality there won't be that much, and I'm just hoping to really, it'll provide a good way for me to put my thoughts onto paper and then into a video. And I think it's just a good way to learn the skills of communication and of video making, editing, all that jazz. And so yeah, just once a week on Wednesday I'll sit down and record this video. If you want to know why I'm doing it, I'm very inspired at the moment by a guy called Jai Howitt. He's like this Aussie YouTuber, TikToker, Instagrammer. When you Google his name, it just comes up as internet personality, which I think is probably the best way to describe him. But he's also an entrepreneur, and fundamentally that's what I want to become as well. He's a lifestyle entrepreneur, so he's got a very chilled out business, very chilled out life, and in reality I'm completely infatuated by this guy at the moment. He is an absolute inspiration. He's really cool, and he might be the reason I'm going to actually get Instagram. But yeah, he does this thing called Monday Diaries, where he does the exact same thing on a Monday, where he just raw speaks about stuff. And so I'm going to do the same, even if my life is nowhere near as interesting, and I am indeed still 15. But you know, doesn't matter. The point is, I'm doing this now, hopefully. I'm planning on doing this until at least the end of the quarter, hopefully even better until the end of the year, and hopefully this won't even stop. Hopefully this will be like the start of my whole proper YouTube journey. But yeah, I'll just sit down every Wednesday and talk. I've got some notes, if you want to look, but... So, why I'm doing this, Jai. Yeah, so Jai's been a massive inspiration to me lately. I found his channel through a video called, what was it? It was like... POV, you're a 20-something-year-old person living in a found house. And it popped up on my recommended a couple times, then I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to watch it. Why not? And holy cow, that might have been the best decision of my life. He's this Aussie guy, I'll link his channel in the description and stuff, but he's just really cool, and I really want to be like him. He's 26, and I'm 15 though. He's built multiple businesses, and he just has a really cool, like, life. That's all I can really say. It's a really nice life, which I think anybody really wants to pursue. And so yeah, that's why I'm doing it. I want to live like him, but also I want to really learn, as I said, I want to learn video editing. I want to learn how to speak to a camera properly. I want to learn how to make make notes for videos. I want to learn to get rejected. I want to learn all these things. I want to learn about my mindset about the internet, and I think the best way to do that is just to get out. Been listening to a lot of podcasts, especially there was this one, Deep Dive with Ali Abdaal, and he's a great YouTuber. You know what, I'll go on a little tangent about him. Ali Abdaal, the reason I've got into productivity, the reason I've got into living my life properly, he's just, I don't think he's as much of an inspiration to me as Jai is, but he's still a massive inspiration. He's the reason I'm in this whole thing, and I'm gonna say that I basically owe my entire life to this guy. This does pick up audio. Yeah, it does pick up audio. But yeah, I basically owe my entire, now life to this guy. He's massively helped me without even knowing it. He doesn't even know my name, but I'm so grateful for him. I got into him through custom keyboards. It's so random. I really loved custom keyboards, and he was a really fast typer. I saw one of his videos and I was like, oh damn, this would be cool. And now I've ended up in productivity because of that. And not just productivity, business. Keyboards might be the reason why I have the best life possible. I guess it was meant to be. And there was one there with Noah Kagan, the guy who wrote the $1 Million Weekend. And basically his entire mantra is just start. And I started once and never came back to it. So I'm coming back to it now with what I hope to be a habitual thing. The only thing which I'll post for a while will just be these Wednesday waffles, because, you know, why not? If I have nothing better to do, and it's a good way to get me out onto the internet. What do I want from this? So, the reason why Noah Kagan advertises this whole thing is because he says, what could possibly go wrong? And that's completely true. Because in reality, even if I do record this, the worst that can go wrong is someone sees it at school and laughs about it for a day. Like, at the very worst, someone laughs about it at school, and I've learned how to properly publish videos, properly edit videos, properly talk to a camera. I've learned that I don't like this and I might want to do something else. You know, the worst that can happen is still a best case scenario. And the best that can happen is this somehow blows up. Which obviously ain't going to happen, but there is a best case scenario as well. I just think it's a really good idea, and I also get to learn to use my camera properly, which I'm so lucky. I'm recording this on it. My aunt has a bunch of cameras because she's old and she loves photography. And so she gave me this old one of hers. And then my friend came round the other day, and he figured out that this camera can do way more than I initially thought it could. So like record video, I had no idea it could do that. The screen right now is completely popped out. It's so weird. I might link a picture, but it's crazy. I'm really glad that I have this camera. And I've realised that I love photography and videography in general. And I guess it sounds cliche, but it is what it is. And then who am I? Well, I'm Grisha. That's my name. I'm half Russian. Well, I like to say Siberian because I think Siberia is cooler than Russia at the moment. But yeah, half Siberian. I'm 15. I'm into bouldering, swimming. I go to school. I hate school because it's fucking boring. I'm an overachiever. I have not started a business yet. I have not done very much. I've just kind of done this YouTube channel, and I have really big dreams, and I think that's the best way to describe me, big dreams. And I have faith. I have faith that life is going to be better in the future. I might make an entire separate video on this, but basically I realised it the other day when I was coming back home from the Natural History Museum, which is my happy place, basically. And I was coming back home on the train at Natural History Museum. I'd just done some journaling in the members room. And then I was just really happy for some reason. And then I look out the window and I see a plane fly past. And then something clicks in my head, and I have faith. I have faith that my life will be better in the future. All these cool entrepreneurs and YouTubers have given me this faith, however unfounded it may be, that my life could be the best life I could possibly live. And currently this is completely done out of faith. I'm glad, and I have rituals to keep the faith and everything. Again, I should probably make a whole video on it because it's a massive thing, and I'm so glad I found it. But yeah, crucially, that's who I am. I'm glad I found the faith, and I'm glad I managed to get out here and record. I'm just looking forward to making more of these videos. But yeah, the faith's cool. It's not like a religious faith. It's more, faith is I believe it's a belief in something, and I just believe in that. What else is there? Who am I? Well, yeah, I'm 15. I want to learn a lot of things. Like, I have massive dreams, and I really want to be cool. I think that's another good way to describe it. I want to be cool. I want to learn to do parkour. I want to learn to do bouldering properly, and I want to learn to properly do videography. But unfortunately, the reason I think I want to do that is because the only people on YouTube who you see are obviously videographers, and obviously, like, YouTube, you post videos, but that's the only way people can ever see you. But otherwise, like, there are hundreds of entrepreneurs who don't have a YouTube channel, and part of the reason I want to get into it is for that, because I think it's just, I want to see these people. But yeah, the current question for me is, should I get Instagram? I'll publish this, you guys can answer, if anybody's watching this for some reason. But if you're watching this, should I get Instagram? Is the question which I posed myself. Because I think it would be good. I think I could, there'll be a lot of people on there who will be very inspirational to me. Like Jai's on it, I mean, obviously everyone's on it, and there are more people on Instagram than YouTube. It's shorter. Did I just have it? No. And I kind of like it. It's got more of a niche than YouTube. I think that YouTube's got a big problem where there aren't, like, the niches which you get are very, they're very broad, whereas on Insta you can get a very tight niche. It's also very good for sport, because I love bouldering, I love parkour, even if I'm not that great at either of them. Ooh, just got a toe hook. But yeah, I think Insta's just a good way to collect that. There'll be some other things which I want to say. I don't know what to do with these. But yeah, what Jai does is he has one lesson which he learnt this week, and the lesson which I learnt this week is that I need to go out and do stuff more, because I don't do that enough. Yeah, I don't go out and do stuff enough. And yeah, the other lesson is just that I need to keep the faith, because otherwise I just fall into a complete spiral of inactivity and stuff. And what else does he have? He has a quote. So guys, here's a good quote, which is, this is probably on my YouTube description, but it's the biggest quote of my life. I saw it in Crete when I went there once, and it was said by a guy called Zorbas the Greek, who is he's a fictional character in a Greek film, no, an English film, and he says this. He says, "Live the best you can today, so that there is something to remember tomorrow." I think that's pretty profound, and I'm gonna try to live by it now. But yeah, I'm sure there's more I could say, but honestly, I don't really care about the quality of these. I mean, I do care about the quality of these, but I know this is my first one. Really, the most important thing is to get out there. And if I just stress about the quality, I'll never really properly get it out there. And this will probably overrun, and then it will be a pain to edit, and I can't get it out, and you know the drill. Hopefully next week's will be better. I might make a video about the faith at some point, which sounds really weird, I realise that. But yeah, if you watched this far, thank you very much. This really isn't, it's more made for me, but I'm glad that you guys watched it as well. If you have, thank you so much for watching it. I know you'd just be one of my friends, so like Ryan, William, maybe Paul, Ben, George, Gemma, you guys. Thanks for watching this. I don't know why you would have, but it's great. And if you have, I recommend you guys do something like this as well. I think it's a very good way to like learn more about yourself and get yourself out into the real world. So yeah, that was the first episode of Weekly Wednesday Waffle.